I struggle with when I try to decide whether I want to continue making recordings or stop making recordings. One of the things I struggle with is how toxic a lot of these recordings end up being, like, after I made it, and it's really hard to talk about gang stalking without it becoming really negative. So I'm not naturally a negative person, so I don't really like getting into that zone. I don't really like being kind of like, taken outside of my comfort zone, or being, talking about things, or having a mindset that really just I don't really agree with. And then there's, of course, my spiritual, my spiritual thing, my spiritual side of me that's against, me doing anything that really goes against what I believe in and what's the truth. So like, I can respect the fact that, like, the videos can be helpful, but I think the problem comes from the fact that the videos a lot of times end up becoming really toxic. So, like, regardless of the type of people these are, I really shouldn't be going out of my way to damn them. It doesn't matter if they're bad people or not. Like, that's not, it makes sense for me to do that, but that's not how I want to. I don't think that's, like, the right approach to handling them. And then, it affects me more than it affects them. Like, if I were to get negative and start saying bad things about the gang stalkers, well, one of the things you learn is that gang stalkers like it when you're negative. You know that. Like, everybody who knows about gang stalking knows that they like that. So for no other reason, I would do it because the community likes the fact that I do it. But if I shouldn't do it, I shouldn't do it. Like, if I shouldn't do it because it's negative, or I shouldn't do it simply because it hurts me more than it does the gang stalkers if I did it, then that's something I have to take into consideration. So, like, making videos, especially for people of the faith, becomes super complicated because we probably shouldn't be making videos. I mean, we shouldn't be making videos if it's toxic. So how do I make a video that's not toxic if I'm talking about these people? So that would be the trick. So, like, if I'm not making videos, it's because the videos are a snare. They're preventing me from being, having the relationship with God that I should have. Okay, so if it's getting in the way of my relationship with God, I'm not going to do it, regardless. So it would really come down to whether I could safely make the videos. And when I say safely, I mean that if I make the video, I'm not going to go against any of God's commandments, and it's not going to have any kind of negative effect on me at all. So, like, people who are, if you're a Christian, you understand what I'm saying. For non-Christians, you got to understand that we don't just do what we want, because what we want, like, not what I want, but I can't just, like, do something simply because people want me to do it. If I shouldn't do it for spiritual reasons, I won't do it. And it won't be anything personal against the people on my channel, but God has the final say in what I do or don't do. So if I feel like God doesn't want me to do the videos, I'm not going to do the videos unless I feel like it's okay with God that I do the videos. So, like, if I get the feeling He doesn't want me to do the videos, I'm just not going to do them. That's it. Like, there's no real debate in that. So that's kind of like, well, so I have to kind of just feel, I don't know, figure that out. Maybe I'll make a video every once in a while, but I definitely don't want to make a habit of being negative, like I'm negative every day. It's kind of like, that's what ended up happening. So this is something I have to figure out. And I just wanted to let everybody on my channel know, and that's what I tried to say, it's not really geared towards any of you guys. But this is far bigger than, like, me making good content. This is bigger than that. So there's a lot of things I need to figure out, and I don't want to act without really, thinking this through. Like, I just, go out and start doing something without knowing that I should do it. So I may or may not make videos, or I might make videos every once in a while, but regardless, I just want to let everybody know that it's nothing personal against you if I don't do that. Like, if it was up to me, I would make content and keep you guys happy if I could do that safely, if I could do that without it becoming a snare. Like if I could do it and I knew that everything would just be perfectly fine, I'm not gonna curse, I'm not gonna say anything I'm not supposed to, and it's gonna be just so perfect. But I can't really say that. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, can I really guarantee that? So that's what I struggle with, and I just wanted to make a quick video to address that. So like if you're, on this channel and you're, hoping that I would make videos, just remember that I have a good reason for not wanting to make the videos if I don't want to make the videos. So, especially if I do it regularly, like I'm regularly saying these negative things, like I'm regularly cursing people. I mean, I just don't think that's a good way to, it makes sense, and you would understand why the community of targeted people would want to do that. But, like, I'm trying to just not really get dirty in this. Like, I don't want to jump into the mud and wrestle with the gang stalkers, which is, I kind of feel like I would be doing that if I was just like cursing at them all the time or telling them how horrible they are and all this negative stuff. So I'm not really trying to be on that. But I do know that, like, that it's possible to make the video. I guess it's possible to kind of be better with it or something. I don't know. So this is something I'm gonna figure out. So I'm gonna just need people to just like understand that and just be good with it. So like if you're saying you want me to make the videos, just know that if I can make the videos without it being toxic, I will do that. But like if I don't make videos, there's nothing personal against any of you, or I'm not saying I don't care, but this is bigger than you and it's bigger than me. So that's it. Like I can't guarantee whether I'm going to make videos, and it's not whether I want to make the videos, is whether making the videos goes against my core principles or who I am, or goes against God, and it goes against all these things. So a lot of times when I make videos, I'm in the heat of it, and like they did something and I'm in the heat of that, and I'm just kind of using that to force my way through. Because naturally, and I said this in the other recording, naturally I would not do this. Under normal circumstances, I would not do this. What's happening right now, the motivating factor is the fact that they do stuff that is so, like, I just find so offensive. And on top of that, I feel like the community may benefit from the fact that I do it. So there's those two things. But you also have to remember that, like, this is outside of my nature. Like, I normally wouldn't make videos. And second, I don't really think that this is the most Christian thing I could do. I'm not going to say it's the worst thing you can do, but I don't consider it like a positive. I just don't consider cursing these people positive. Like, I'm just saying, if they're bad people, they're bad people. Like, I'm not even supposed to judge them, really. If you really want to know the truth, I can't even judge them. I mean, this will just be being really upset or just triggered over all the bad things they're doing. And sin is basically at the door when it comes to doing this. It's at the door. It's right there. And I just don't really want to be in a situation in which I'm trying to find like this fine line in between good and evil with the recordings. I don't want to I don't know. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. So hopefully the community will understand that. But most likely, you'll get a video at least once a month or something. I mean, it's not like, I don't really think it'll get to the point where I just never post again. But if it does, I mean, just know that this has to do with me really needing to do what's right for myself and do what's right for God, and that trumps everything else. That's why, having a connection with the world is always a negative thing. And I try to be transparent with people, and I understand I made the channel, brought everybody in, and hopefully I'm helping everybody out. But like, I'm gonna have to do what I feel like I need to do that's right for me and what's right for God and all that kind of thing. That kind of thing. So that's more what I'm thinking about. So I hope everybody understands and respects that. But like I said, if I have a choice, if I could do this and it won't work against me, or if it won't be negative or bad or anything or sinful or have me cursing or whatever, if I can do it that safely, then I probably will do it. But let's be honest, could I really guarantee that I can do it like that? And that's not really something I don't really know, so I'm just gonna have to let this roll around in my head for a while and figure it out. And this is something that only I can figure out. So hopefully that makes sense. And with that said, let me close.